So we're talking with Jordan. It's been a week since you won second place, and it was quite the journey for all of us watching. You have you had time to process that everything that's happened properly, or are you still like on a main event high?
It's a tough one. I haven't really processed the money. I'm gonna put that away, invest it for now. But yeah, in the meantime, just trying to figure out life, right? Like I went back to my 9 to 5. I've been working since, and a lot of it has just been talking with coworkers, and I haven't really gotten back into the full swing of things. But yeah, I want to take some time to just really process it. Think about long term if I'm going to work or need to work, or do I jump into poker more? What kind of opportunities will present themselves? But for now, I just really want to make sure I'm thinking through decisions and set myself and my family up the best I can.
What kind of work do you do? I think I saw some posts from you, like back at my desk or something, right? What kind of work do you do?
So my whole life I've always worked in supply chain. Right now I'm doing a role very focused on data and insights. So taking large data sets, presenting them to planners or analysts, and helping people do their job faster, more efficiently, and making more informed decisions. So I do a lot of dashboarding, a lot of insights and analytics, really just trying to get other people the tools they need to do their job fast and efficient.
Real quick for me, summarize a bit about your poker beginnings. How did you find the game and fall in love with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think growing up, I maybe from a teenager on, I played like some free sites and stuff. And then when I got to college, I could start getting in the casinos at 21, playing some 1-2 no limit. Um, it's always just been maybe like a once a week kind of thing. As long as I lived by a casino, I lived in a couple different cities over time. So um, sometimes it was once a month taking a trip down to the casino that was an hour or two away. Sometimes it was, hey, it's 20 minutes away from me. So I've always just tried to play a little bit. At some point in my life, I moved up in stakes, played a little bit higher, played a couple different games. But more recently, I haven't even really been playing much no limit at all. And maybe since I moved to Arizona, I'm playing maybe once a month, some pot limit
Mm.
Omaha. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a casual player, play for fun. I do pretty well at it, but for me, it's always just been a game that I love, and part of me, I just want to keep it that way. I don't want it to become my full time job. I love the game, and I want to keep that love for it.
No, no, we all, it's a dream of all of us. It wasn't our second place, and I like him a lot. We've a little bit of a friendship. Stephen Jones, isn't he from Arizona too, correct?
Yeah, I've heard that. It seemed like he had a pretty similar story. So I haven't met him yet, but I'm planning on playing that Arizona State Championship at the local Talking Stick Casino here. So maybe I'll see him there, get a
Not
nice conversation with him.
nicest dude, really, really cool. Likes to wear his clown nose. Is a big talker at the table. Very funny, and he's in the real estate business. I think in one of the big cities there in Arizona.
Uh,
Um,
I did have David Williams and Jay Farber reach out to me on Twitter. It was pretty funny when they're like, "Welcome to the second place club." That gave me a good laugh. Like, we have a little support group for us.
I love that. Both those guys are so cool. I love watching Jay's run too. Lots of prominent. I got some notes here from our editor. Lots of prominent players have had their say. You've probably seen all the articles out there, and I know you guys. I love Doug. You're on his site, on his YouTube channel. Um, a lot of players, Daniel Negreanu thinks it was unethical and that the WSOP needs to issue a statement and clarify the rules. Pretty much all high profile players have come out on your side of things. Even Dominic has come to a similar conclusion, but thinks it should be clear cut and that all coaching should be banned. Where do you stand on this issue at this point when you've had a chance to talk with a lot of, great players and also to get some advice from friends? Where do you stand after hearing all the different sides and the Twitter battles going on?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different battles. There's a lot of facets to this, and it's not a very simple issue. Um, as I think through this, I think that coaching is fine on breaks, right? Like you've got 20 minutes, sometimes longer, 75 for dinner breaks. People leave the tournament area, and you can't control what they do, right? So I think that's pretty hard to enforce. But I think what a lot of people were seeing and saying was out of line is if there's an all-in, someone going to the rail and getting the real-time assistance from a solver. I didn't exactly see what was on the computer, but if you're in the middle of heads up play going and checking, what is the range and what are the optimal opening sizes, and you're getting that from real time assistance. And I think that's what people are really concerned about and want to see out of the game. Coaching has always existed. Coaching, I think, will always exist. But it's really, when you're using models that, the stuff the human brain can't possibly do to gain an advantage. I think that's where people are, getting a little up in arms about.
Yeah, I mean, not all of us can have Stephen Chidwick or Ike Haxton's brain. We wish we did, right? But I agree with you that it should be the person who puts in the work. And you were an amateur player, and we had fun watching you. But these people put in so many hours, year after year, to formulate the way they think about poker. And I agree. Would you prefer to focus on the amazing achievement of the 6 million win, or would you like this to be a catalyst for change and good for the game, or maybe a little of both?
Interesting question. Um, Selfishly, like, I mean, I want to focus on myself and my achievement. I hope that this can bring new light to the game and make it better for people, especially amateurs who may be, a bit weary of entering. Um, Definitely want something positive to come out of it. I think that a lot of the talk that has come out, there's a little bit of dividing factor among it. It's not really a positive story to come out of the main event. People are, putting names to what it is, whether it's a rule break or more. But yeah, I mean, for me, I would love to see positive stories come out of this rather
No,
than, putting a negative
I
spin.
expected. I expected that from you. Who was some of your favorite players playing with? You played with some, especially Nicholas Astat, and seeing those kind of players play around you, it'd be a dream come true. I played all my life, but not with these kind of guys. So, what was some of the highlights you had playing with these people, or during that time?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was being able to compete at that level and hold my own. I think everyone looks at that hand with Asted, and that one for me is like, I was able to compete with the greatest. Another one was playing with Kristen Foxen. She was on my left for a large portion of one of the days, and just watching, some of the poker moves she made. Just had a very strong intuition for the game and made great decisions. And for most of the tournament, I tried to watch, and when I saw, pros who I felt were making great moves, um, understand what they were doing, why they were doing it, and try to uh, potentially apply some of that to my game as well.
So, what if you had to pick one thing you learned from watching these people? And Christian, amazing player. Yet you're surrounded by some great pros. What is like maybe one key thing you learned that you will incorporate in your game?
Hmm.
You took away from
Yeah,
the experience as far as your strategy wise?
yeah. I think a lot of the more well known, accomplished pros, they didn't focus on the pay jumps. They didn't focus on tanking for them or just trying to hit them. They were there to win. Um, and that's something I aspire to do, and was trying to emulate some of that myself. You see, at the final table, I went in there, tried to be fearless, try to go for the win, and whatever happens happens. And
No.
coming in, nine-handed and coming out second, it's a result that I'm ecstatic with, right? Like, for me, it wasn't about winning or losing, but there was a moment there where I flipped for the whole thing, and I proved to myself that I could do it, and that was really what was important to me.
No, it's an amazing game. I was thinking what you just said about being able to compete with these guys. It's pretty lucky in poker. I grew up as a golfer and got a scholarship to college, and we can't go and play with Tiger Woods and beat him, but we can go play with Ike Haxton, Phil Ivey, and have a chance to beat them. Right? That's a pretty cool thing about poker.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? Like, yeah, I'm a baseball fan. I could never hit a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, but yeah, I can play cards with these guys.
Yeah, and beat them. Two more things, a couple more things. Um, have we heard at all? I can't keep track of everything that's coming out. Have any word from the WSOP on their stance on the issue? Anything come out official yet? You know
Um, I haven't seen anything yet. I haven't been on Twitter much today. Just logging off my work computer, but
of?
yeah, I haven't seen anything or heard anything myself personally from them.
Yeah, you could stay on Twitter 24/7 if you wanted to read everything. Last thing, so putting this one issue to the side, what's your single best moment or memory of the main event recently? Main event, the whole series. What's your most favorite moment you had?
Gosh, I think going from three-handed to two-handed. I think no one expected that of me, and to to have a hand where I felt I played it to the best of my ability, and to have confused, um, that in that spot. I think that was one where that's a memory I'll cherish for the rest of my life. To say I played with the best and beat them at that game.
So that's amazing. So curious, do all the people at work know you came in back to work with $6 million in your pocket? I mean, does everybody excited for you there?
Yeah, word spread quickly. I told one colleague maybe day five, and then I think it was like day seven. He just started spreading the word to everyone on my team. So yeah, I came back Monday, and people were like, "You're still here? I can't believe you're here." No one expected me to be back. And then even people outside my team, I'll be in meetings, and they're just like, "You're the poker guy. Like I'm hearing about you." Um, so yeah, word spreads pretty quick.
That's pretty really cool feeling, and I wish you the very best. I'm sure you have a chance now to play in some events for the rest of the year. Hopefully, I'll see you at the WPT Championship at the end of the year. PokerORG will be there. But I really appreciate your time, man. And I'll let you know when these articles come out, especially the first hand hands will probably come out soon, and the short article here. And just really congratulations. This was fun to watch the whole thing, and I appreciate you taking your time with me.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Craig.